most people have absolutely no faith left in CD Projekt Red. They are not even a shadow of what they once were. It is disgusting to see how far that company has fallen. And with the newest news that we just got yesterday, if you had any hope, you better not watch this video because it is hopeless. There is no chance that there's ever gonna be a Cyberpunk 2077 redemption any longer. The Witcher 4 is completely dead. And the worst part is they're probably actually gonna sell a lot of copies because the people who are fanboying for this have IQs probably in the 60s if I'm being nice to them honestly about it. And this picture right here, it has absolutely nothing to do with the video, but it does make me happy to look at it. So, that we kind of go. In any case, if you do not know what's happening with CDPR, they have been on an absolute downward spiral for a very, very long time. My initial speculation about what's happening to them was actually very simple. When Cyberpunk 2077 came out, they got sued by 3 different entities. And all of these 3 lawsuits were going to absolutely obliterate them. They had absolutely no hope of anything. They could only settle. And at that point, that company, in my opinion, probably didn't have actually any money. And they would be destroyed by debt. So, the speculation is BlackRock just came in and said, hey, buddy, hey, we can give you some money. We can give you some money. We can make you whole. You just need to do a little bit of different. And from that moment on, well, the lawsuits went away because they settled. And, well, this happened. CD Projekt Red touts diversity Carter Award for menstrual leave benefits as part of diversity, inclusivity, and equity push. Now, this award is already ridiculous. It's called a Vogue Award. But the fact that this is just a part of the diversity, inclusivity, and equity push, and this was 2 years ago, by the way, it has gotten only worse by that part. The recent biggest drama was probably the fact that the community manager that they hired is a complete activist. Absolute 100% from start to finish, blatant activist. And not for good things, for sad things, obviously. And then we have the news from yesterday about what is actually happening with Cyberpunk 2 and whatnot. And this, if you have not seen this, or maybe you don't know what some of this means, well, strap in, boys, because this is devastation. Again, this will destroy any small sliver of hope that you could have had that saying, oh, it's gonna be good. So let's read the post by everyone's favorite shill, Synth Potato, because Vogue doesn't exist and big companies never do anything wrong. Cyberpunk 2 is coming. Here's what we learned from CD Projekt Red's newest financial report today. Cyberpunk 2 will not release before 2028. Good, so they can cram more agendas in there. 135 employees are now working on Cyberpunk 2 full-time. This is up from 116 employees because the biggest thing is here, obviously, The Witcher. And The Witcher is pretty much in the exact same boat as Cyberpunk 2. This is currently just fluff, by the way. We're gonna get to the div station soon. Don't you worry. When have I ever not delivered on emotional damage? Never, exactly. By the way, like the video right now. It takes less than a second, and thank you for everyone who does. It greatly helps out the channel. And if you think more people should know about this, well, like the video right now. It helps. It truly does. And thank you. I appreciate all of you who support me in that way. Thank you. That's all you need to do, by the way. There's no greater support than just pressing that like button. Cyberpunk 2 is a joint project between CDPR's Poland and Boston teams. But the new Boston team is leading it. So, If you did not know, CDPR is expanding. They started in Poland. They are originally a Polish developer. And then they decide, hey, you know what? We're going to do the thing that, we're going to increase our expenditure costs for, well, we're just going to inflate our budgets to high heaven because you know what we're going to do? We're going to move to Boston, a literal woke hellhole from America. And then the other one is Vancouver, Canada. So yes, exorbitantly high salary prices and everything else for extremely low to / nothing returns. And if that wasn't already painful in the first flag of the end, then the fact that the Boston team is leading this is insane because they don't know how to do shit. You're literally making a new company. Well, actually, no, it's not a company, but saying company actually fits here. It's like you're making pretty much a new company in a different place that's going to be managed by people who don't know how anything is oiled up, or because nothing has been oiled up. So this, from just a business standpoint, is kind of a rough situation to be in. But from a gamer standpoint, this is devastation because, yeah, the Boston studio, I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming it's just literally this kind of quality of woke. So there you go. I am devastated. CDPR Boston expected to massively ramp up hiring to on 2026 to 2027. So, I mean, the worst is yet to come, by the way, if you're wondering. Cyberpunk 2 development team is expected to scale up massively by the end of 2027. This, by the way, does not make sense because if the will not be released B2, so they're gonna just what are they gonna do? What do you mean that the biggest scale up is gonna be at 2027? This makes no sense because this would mean that CDPR is gonna actually test their product before launching, and that's not happening. God knows that's not happening. But this kind of implies it because these two things don't actually jive together. With about 300 to 400 completely woke employees across Poland and Boston. God help us all. Cyberpunk 2077 now has sold 35 million copies. This is why Cyberpunk 2 is going to be successful no matter what. It's I think it's on a cannot fail situation like GTA. Even if people are afraid that it's gonna be woke, even if people see red flags all over, they're still gonna buy it, and that's just gonna happen. That's just how life is. And by the way, if you think people are not gonna buy it, oh wait a minute, we're gonna get to this. I see. Cyberpunk 2 will have a new city inspired by Chicago Gone Wrong, and it is expected that Night City is also making a return as well. That is exactly how the creator of Cyberpunk wanted to describe this, because he has actually some creative input in this, and he's not insane, okay? The creator of The Witcher, yeah, that guy wants to go full frontal woke, but the creator of Cyberpunk, now he wants to just, create a cool world and live through his self-insert Morgan Black hand, which is based, not gonna lie. So we have some hope that he is gonna, make it not woke, but no, I mean, you can have, it's not happening, okay? Listen, it's not happening. Overall, I'm very hyped for this game. Okay, that's his opinion, so we're not gonna read that part. Not a bad picture, even though what the hell is happening here, no one even knows. And in any case, if you think that's not bad enough, then look at how much slop-loving is going to be in here, okay? Remember this? Remember this? This is the fictional, the facial expressions, the body language, the camera work, the acting. It's insane how CDPR managed to leave such a strong impression for a character that's on screen for mere seconds. Actually, this video was longer, and I'm saying video because this is a video. This is not gameplay. This is a video. But we're going to talk about that a little bit more soon. If this is the quality we can expect from the side quests, dude, this is how bad the general audience for these games is. So first of all, this is not a side quest. This is very explicitly the main quest, okay? It will be generational stuff. Second of all, this person is sold on the idea that this is real gameplay. Well, I can't honestly blame them on that fact, because remember when the Unreal Engine 5 demo happened, which was called The Witcher 4 demo, just so you don't actually get confused, because, you know, reasons. And, you know, do you remember the guy who was on stage with a controller in hand and pretending to move the character and do shit? Yeah, that guy was there just at random. This was not a blatant attempt at trying to sell you a lie that this is how The Witcher 4 is gonna look. Yes, this was not a blatant lie-ish attempt at trying to make it look like that. They had no intent of doing that, obviously. Again, the guy with the controller pretending to play this, it's a literal video clip. This is not how the game works. This is a pre-rendered video clip. But again, the guy with the controller pretending that he was playing the video clip, oh, that's... who even was he? No one knows. He just was there randomly. It is what it is, and someone gave him a microphone. It happens. And the cope here is absolutely insane. This is a vertical slice, not real gameplay. It is this. It is the same scam they did of it. The 2018 Cyberpunk demo. What's the scam? If only they made something original rather than adaptation to the book, no one cares. The echoes in Siri's voices is so distracting and doesn't suit the environment. Bad job with the audio there. They played it live on stage. And by the way, this guy is pretending now that he knows that it was a tech demo that's fake. And there's, by the way, other people that thought, oh, this is a tech demo, it's not real, but the real game is gonna look exactly like this. The real game is gonna look exactly like this. Yes. Again, there's gonna be so many people that just gobble the slop without thinking. It's gonna be crazy. They play with it live on stage with commentary. So, yes, with commentary. Jesus Christ, just mention the controller also. Why not, while you're at it? So there will be an echo from people's mics. Surely, we have not gone so far in technology that we can't actually fix that. Surely. Yeah, like Cyberpunk was. Cyberpunk looked better on release than the demo. Cyberpunk did look kind of good when it worked, but point being, yeah, this is actually a great point. This was mostly how Cyberpunk looked, okay? Cyberpunk took extremely long to look like anything that they shown. It's a tech demo. I'm admiring the artistry more than anything. What the fuck? Dude, this is insane. What game is that? CDPR did nothing. This was a tech demo, not the game. CDPR directed the whole demo. It was a collaboration. We are so cooked. And there's a lot of people, by the way, supporting opinions like this. Goldie and Girl Boss, blah, 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 lead. Yes, people are talking about it, obviously. I want to find one of the good ones. First of all, it's a literal tech demo. Second, is definitely part of the main story quest. Yes, this guy knows. I've already seen the trailer with Manticore and Cargo. The trailer was an in-game cinematic running in real time and transitions right into the playable part of the tech demo. It's so over. It's so over. It is so over. There's so many people who actually support this idea. It's the blatant. It's so over, boys. It is absolutely Joker. Man, what? People can make this mistake easy, okay? If it's not a big deal. Just admit that you don't know. It's fine. This is not a big deal. And the people who buy, my favorite, by the way, is the people who are coping. Oh no, yeah, that's the tech demo, the game, but the game will look exactly like this. Because that's the tech demo. I can't. at least I'm gonna have a lot of content to talk about how bad things are gonna get with this. And when the game launches, it's gonna be, again, it's both of these games are gonna be a success. Maybe they're gonna underperform considered to the last releases. Hopefully, because that would be a good sign. That would be like a Ghost of Yote situation. Still kind of successful, but not really actually successful. They're just kind of bordering the line on not disaster. That's probably our best honest outcome here. In any case, 10 out of 10. Bye.